Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday's market wrap up here at TOPGUN Options, man. And I'm going to channel my inner Ron Burgundy. Boy, that really escalated quickly, didn't it? Jeez. The market absolutely getting hammered for a host of reasons. But as I've covered a lot lately in our live trade briefs, once you get down into this human circulatory system, I call it, the market circulatory system. Look at this, the 20-day moving average, the 50-day moving average in blue, and the 100-day in red. A lot of violence occurs. Why? Because the market doesn't like living in between moving averages. I call it, no man's land, right? World War I trench warfare. Look at the violence in between the 20 and 50 for the past couple weeks, and then the massive slams through the 50 down to the 100, and we bounced off the 100. If you've been a TGO member here for the, let's just say year to date, let's open 1 year here. What have I said? I said, you see this rip your face off rally from the beginning of December, and then this pullback here, we call it the W. Look at the whiz in here. You see this W right there? And then we kept rallying. I told TGO members, I said, essentially cut this section and just paste it over here. This is exactly what's going to happen. I said, we're going to have another one of these type of W things, a violent pullback down here, and then we're going to continue the rally. And that, in my opinion, is exactly what's going to happen, because let's add the 200-day moving. Well, let's add 150 in here. 150-day moving average is down there at 51.81. So we're kind of in no man's land on that. And then obviously the 200-day is pretty far down there, man. 5,000. I mean, this would be incredibly violent to get down here. I don't think, we're going to dig in. We're going to debrief right now a bunch of stuff, but I don't expect that. Now, a couple things. What was it, last week? We put on dueling bullish dollar. It was 2 weeks ago in our free full throttle training. We put on dueling double verticals, a bullish trade on the S&P 500 and a bearish trade on the S&P 500, one out to September, one out to October. Obviously, the one out to October, the bearish trade is printing money right now for the past couple days, blindingly green. Remember what I said about that, right? A Tredge, a hedge on days like today should be blindingly green as your others are getting destroyed. My Amazon long is underwater. My Bank of America, my longs are underwater. That's to be expected, right? They're longs. They're long-term bullish trades out years into the future. This is a minor pullback. That potentially is a great buying opportunity, right? But on a day like today, your hedge is doing exactly as it's designed to do. It's making money. Instead of your portfolio being completely red today, you got some green in it. And if you're in that bearish double vertical out to October, I'd close it, man. Take the massive profits. It's reducing the pain in the, quote, losses on some of your long-term bullish trades. But remember, folks, it ain't a loss until you close it, right? People talk about, profit and loss. I'm like, it ain't a profit and it ain't a loss until you close it. Okay, so I wanted to get some of that stuff out of the way before we dig into the rest of the debrief. Hey, real quick, you have got to watch or listen to. You can watch on the No Fallen Heroes YouTube page. Go to No Fallen Heroes on YouTube and subscribe. We need a hell of a lot more than 644 subscribers. You can watch or listen to on Apple Podcast or Spotify or Stitcher or iHeart, wherever cool kids listen to podcasts. You can listen to it there. This one is a must listen to. Okay. First of all, it's my beautiful bride Susie's first podcast that she hosts. But more importantly, obviously, is the bride of a 10th Mountain Division soldier, wounded twice, blown up twice with an IED, who found psychedelic-assisted therapy and healed. Now, Jamie's story starts at the age of 3. Sexually abused by 2 uncles, starting at 3. I'm not going to steal her thunder, folks, but you ready for this? Here's all you need to know. 37 years of trauma healed in 8 hours. That's her exact quote. That's not mine. You have got to listen to Jamie's story on the No Fallen Heroes YouTube page or Apple Podcasts and all that type of stuff. Okay, let's it's our Friday market wrap up. Let's kind of go through some stuff. Absolute disgusting move out of the Biden administration, which shouldn't shock you, right? Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and two of his other human, I don't even know what to call these things. The 9/11. And this guy cut the head off a Wall Street Journal journalist. Cut his head off. Plea deal. The 9/11 masterminds. They killed 2,276 people. Why do you have a death penalty if not for these three things? What an absolute disgrace. What a smack in the face to the families, the victims. What it's just 23 years later. Are you insane? This was a tough one. And of course, I posted this on my social media. People are like, oh, I didn't hear that. I'm like, of course you didn't. You think the mainstream media is going to be jumping up and down and saying, hey, look what Kamala and Joe did. They let the 9/11 hijackers get off with a plea deal. Of course you're not going to see that in the news. This is why you come to Top Gun Options. I love when people tell me, like, dude, I get my news from you. How about Israel this week? Bringing back deterrence to the war on terror. They killed the Hamas, one of the Hamas billionaires, right? What a coward. Hey, yeah, you go put on a suicide vest. I'll live in Qatar in a big, and I'll be filthy rich. Israel killed him in Iran. And I heard that they placed the Mossad placed a bomb in the guest house where this guy was going to stay 2 months ago. Astounding Mossad penetration of Iranian security. Big message to Iran from Israel. Do not fuck with us. We can hit you anywhere. Amazing. Now, of course, and I hate talking like this, folks. Stop killing each other. However, it sounds like Iran is like, all right, well, now we're going to have to retaliate. Last time, 300 cruise missiles and drones and everything like that. The U.S. had to pitch in. Allies had to pitch in, shoot everything down. They kind of telegraphed they were going to do that, so it wasn't as bad. Next time, and I don't know when it's going to happen, right? What's this have to do with trading? Everything. If this gets bigger, Israel, Hezbollah, Lebanon, Syria, Iran, literally war in the Middle East. What do you think $200, $150 barrels of oil are going to be doing to the stock market, especially with everything that's going on? With the jobs number today, which we're going to get into in a second, okay? I'm going to stick with my prediction, folks. I have nailed elections for years. Nailed it. 2016, New York Times said 94% probability Hillary wins, and if Trump wins, the market will crash. I said the exact opposite. I said Donald Trump wins the election, not only wins the election, but the market will have a rip-your-face-off rally. I nailed it. 2020, I predicted Donald Trump would win on election night and then lose over the coming days. Nailed it. This time, Donald Trump will lose. They went from months ago talking about replacing her as the vice president on the ticket because she was her polls are 37%, worse than Joe Biden's. And in the blink of an eye, the media, big tech, everything swapped, and she's the greatest thing that's ever happened to this country. This California limousine liberal is none of that stuff. They're erasing stuff from the internet and everything like that. So, folks, I'm telling you, Donald Trump will not win the election. I guarantee you. U.S. hiring slowed sharply with 114,000 jobs added in July. Wow. And the unemployment rate climbed to 4.3%. You know what's really stunning about this, folks? Is it's a lie. If this is the actual print, I am here to tell you it's even worse because the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is now the Biden labor statistics, you know it's wrong. If they're saying it's this bad, it is absolutely worse. Absolutely unbelievable, folks. A 3 sigma miss to the downside. So, of course, the market is going to freak out a little bit. So there might be, and this article does a great job digging into the numbers, there might be a little method to the madness here, okay? Which is things are so bad, Jerome Powell has to cut in September. And not only has to cut in September, I'm hearing 50 basis points. A half a point, folks. So again, I don't believe anything that comes out of the government, but talking to some people smarter than me today, man, and they're like, dude, duh. Right now, in end of July, beginning of August, they're going to load up the crap. So it's forcing Jerome Powell. Look, a recession is coming, and everything's awful now. Wait, you've been telling us for 3.5 years everything's great. No, now it's really awful. Jerome, do your job. 50% basis cut in September. Now back to a rip your face off rally. Because the market was like, wait, we should get 25 in September. Wait, we might get 50? Crack. That's why I would exit the bearish double vertical that we put on back here, folks. That is printing money. Take your profits. Still holding the bullish double vertical that is blindingly red today. I get it. That's why I tell you it should look like a Christmas tree, man. On a day that's insanely green or red, you should have a little red or green in your portfolio, right? Otherwise, you're trading wrong. But officially, folks, the NASDAQ is in correction territory. Have you seen NVIDIA? I told you, man. I told you. I don't trade it, but I said, get ready to pound. I said this a month ago or 2 months ago. I said, pound NVIDIA into the dirt. 2 months ago, right around here, I said, when it hit this 20, I'm like, boom. It got up to 140. I think it kissed 100 today. NVIDIA is in correction territory. I think I drew this ages ago. What's that level? 95? I drew a line across here months ago. I said, it'll fill this rip your face off rally. It's already filled the gap. It's got, I think, 95 in sight here on NVIDIA. So, and then obviously, let's get to it. Amazon. Unbelievable. Beat on earnings. Revenue a little light. Strong AWS, folks. I got to be honest, man. When the damn came out last night, I'm like, wow, that's some pretty good earnings. Stock down 10%. I'm like, of course. So I got destroyed, folks. I'll be the first one to admit when I got losing trades, I had a bullish double vertical on Amazon and it got wiped. Max loss. Just did not expect this, folks. But as the other tech names were reporting, it felt like a little bit of a tech wreck might be going on here. So, solid AWS results. Again, we'll dig into this on Solo Amazon Monday morning at 10 a.m. We'll dig into the Amazon numbers. Again, are you insane? You're going down because of that? So buy the rumor, sell the news, absolutely going on with some Amazon. So if you liked Amazon at 200, you love it at 165. We are at what? April lows, man. April lows. I love what's going on in the Max Afterburner group of the hunters, dogfighting with Amazon. People are adding to their long-term bullish synthetic stock. I would absolutely add to it. These earnings were solid, not solid enough. And that's why the stock's selling off. I get it, right? I expected blockbuster earnings and I got semi-blockbuster. If it wasn't blockbuster, better, the stock was going to sell off. So got hammered on my Amazon trades. That's all right. Still long-term bullish on Amazon. Everything's great with the economy, Wiz. Oh no, right? Denny's $5.99 breakfast meal is now $17, folks. Everything is awful in this country. The political environment. I mean, hell, you got a dude beating up a lady in the Olympics in boxing. I mean, the world's completely coming unglued. War in Eastern Europe, war in the Middle East, raging inflation, bullshit jobs numbers. I mean, it's just absolute insanity. I'm also going to take another hit on myself for this. 3 days ago, I said, you know what? 2 days ago. What's today? Friday? Wednesday, folks. What did I say? It's maybe time to go look at getting long volatility. The VIX at the height of today, when it hit 30, was up 60%. And I posted this in the Max Afterburner group. I'm like, look at this. The next time I say it might be time to get long volatility, someone please punch me in the face and say, do it. Intuition is a thing. Look at that. I posted this morning. VIX is up 55%, hanging for now, but will take a bearish shot when it peaks. It will return to its mean. If you listened to me when it was up 55, 60% this morning, when I wrote that in our elite max afterburner or hunters, and you got bearish on the VIX, you printed money. This is opportunity. When volatility is cheap, you buy it. You get bullish. When it's expensive, you sell it. You get bearish. So I posted, how long ago was that? Let me refresh. So you got to be in our Max Afterburner or Hunters group, folks. This is exactly, there you go, right at the top. It says move this out of the way, 4 hours ago. So I posted that 4 hours ago when the VIX was up 55 and said get bearish. You could have bought puts. You could have sold a bear call spread. You could have printed money. And I think the VIX is going to come in. Market's going to rally, folks. There's no way in hell Joe, Kamala, Jerome Powell is going to let this market keep imploding going into an election. I guarantee you. But again, we got multiple trades on bearish double vertical. I'd close today for serious profit. Obviously, the bullish double vertical is underwater, but we knew that, and I explained it going in, okay? My Amazon got a little hammered. My Bank of America is getting a little bit hammered. That's what happens, man. It's a market. It goes up and down, and this, if, again, up here, right, this most recent tech rally, I told you, it's going to end. Every tech rally ends, and often violently. So use this as a lesson learned. Next time you hear, oh, AI this, and it's only going straight up, and I'm going to buy. Once you see the froth, folks, is when my mouth starts watering, and I get ready to start pounding stuff into the dirt. But we're going to have a good time, 10 a.m. Monday morning. I strongly recommend, if you're not in our solo Amazon group, it's $97 a month, folks. Go to our homepage underneath trade groups, click on solo Amazon, scroll down, $97 a month, or do an annual membership, and I'll give you 2 months for free. This is a gateway drug to figuring out what we do here at Top Gun Options, and make sure you take the upsell, so to speak, to get the Options Weapons School training so you can take a look right here. As soon as you become a member, go down there to Options Weapons School, start watching all the training sessions, folks. It doesn't get any better than this. Download your workbooks, start reading those, print them out, and then watch your Options Weapons School training. I would absolutely take this opportunity on Amazon's pullback to add to my Amazon position or establish a new one, period. Nice pullback. Pullbacks are opportunity. Okay. All right. I got to get going. Panthers Warriors hockey game tonight down in Fort Lauderdale. Maybe the Stanley Cup will be there. Love doing the charity work with the women and men who served our country. And then now they're, playing hockey. Hockey heals, right? My buddy Bugsy Malone, Ryan Malone from Tampa. He's going to be down there as well. Love seeing hockey healing, helping to heal our heroes as well. Okay. Make sure you check the Max Afterburner podcast, either on Apple Podcast or watch it on YouTube, and have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you're hedged, which we were, and it made money. Fights on. Namaste and basi basi. I'll see you Monday for Solo Amazon. Cheers.